Del Mar, Delaware is just one of the areas on the peninsula getting hit with this wintry weather. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ko-Im, and this is WBOC News at 11. And let's now check in straight with meteorologist Brian Keene at the Storm Tracker Weather Center. And Brian, there's a lot of blue and purple out there.
Yeah, we are looking at a little bit of snowfall.
A tractor trailer carrying lumber overturns, causing a road closure tonight in Queen Anne's County. Maryland State Police say just before 7:30, a tractor trailer on Route 301 swerved after another vehicle came into the northbound lane near Cherry Lane. According to authorities, it overturned, spilling lumber on the road. State Highway is rerouting traffic as crews clean up this mess. Police say the driver was able to walk away from the crash. The Maryland State Highway Administration says Route 301 should reopen a little after midnight in Queen Anne's County. We'll head out west for a second, where 3 people are dead after an avalanche at a popular ski resort in Washington. The skiers got caught up in the slide near the Stevens Pass ski area. Officials say they were in an out-of-bounds area of the resort. More than 2 feet of snow fell overnight Saturday. 8 people missing have reportedly been accounted for. The local sheriff's crews did whatever they could to save the victim.
At this point, almost all of them, probably up to 12, at some point are buried in the snow. They began CPR, and unfortunately they were not able to resuscitate the victims.
In a separate incident, a snowboarder was swept away and killed after an avalanche at another resort in the same mountain range. Back to Delmarva, different parts of the peninsula are seeing all sorts of weather: rain, sleet, and snow. Now some snow is accumulating on some parts of the peninsula. Let's check in with WBOC's Angelica Spanos, who's joining us live from Del Mar tonight. And Angelica, looks like some snow is still coming down. Thank you, Angelica, and stay warm. Love it or hate it, most winters mean at least some snow. But across Delmarva, we've seen a fairly mild winter this year. WBOC's Kayla Ayers spoke with some people who are along for the ride. Others want to stop the roller coaster temperatures.
Free.
And a couple of driving tips from Maryland State Highway. If you do travel tonight, give plenty of room to salt trucks. Clear off your entire car so you can be seen, and make sure to have a fresh supply of windshield wiper fluid. Plus, Maryland law requires headlights to be on when you're using your wipers. Maryland State Highway has already sent crews out on certain areas of the Eastern Shore tonight. An SHA representative says crews are out salting the roads in Wicomico and Somerset counties. Crews will be sent out in Worcester County sometime around midnight. SHA crews did not pre-treat roads earlier today because of rain, only bridges, ramps, and overpasses. They're asking drivers to be extra careful as crews stand by.
66 trucks were prepared with loading of salt and attaching the snowplows, and within a moment's notice they can be called out once the snow begins.
State Highway says they'll continue to monitor the situation all night and into the morning hours on the lower shore. Meantime, DelDOT is monitoring the roads in Kent and Sussex counties. Although it looks like Delaware will get less precipitation than Maryland so far, DelDOT officials say they have workers monitoring the roads. Tonight and through the early morning, DelDOT officials are ready to salt and treat the roads if necessary. And over to Virginia, rain already changing to snow across the southwest. According to VDOT, conditions are clear. No closures or incidents so far tonight. The white stuff has covered grassy areas. Driving conditions, though, are expected to worsen in the Commonwealth. And we're always on WBOC.com for the latest news and weather. You can also head to WBOC.com and send us your news and weather pictures to media@WBOC.com. Don't forget your name and location. An 18-year-old man is in serious condition at Nanticoke Hospital after suffering a gunshot wound to the head in a Sussex County nightclub. Delaware State Police say Sunday at 2:30 a.m., an 18-year-old man and a 23-year-old woman left a private party at D-Lo's nightclub on Fredericksburg Road in Bridgeville. At that time, a large group gathered outside the club and became disorderly after management would not let them in. Police say then this man, 23-year-old Levante Dawkins of East Newmarket, discharged several rounds into the air, into the direction of the 18-year-old man's car. Authorities charged Dawkins with first-degree assault and possession of a firearm. Dawkins was taken into custody earlier today in Sussex County. In other news, where's the big payout? That's what Maryland lawmakers are wondering after gambling on slot machines 4 years ago. Some think Maryland needs to bet further with table games and a Washington area casino, with additions like blackjack and craps to compete with neighboring Delaware and Pennsylvania. A portion of the casino revenue goes towards education and other community organizations. Even if a bill were to pass, the measure would require Marylanders to approve it in a November referendum. More of Virginia's resources may head to schools. Millions of dollars more are added to Governor Bob McDonnell's originally proposed $80 billion budget. This money will go towards community care for the disabled and the state's pension system. Virginia's House and Senate face a Thursday deadline for feedback on the two-year state government spending plan. Feeling the pinch at the pump? AAA says gas prices have passed the annual average price, $3.51 this week. Analysts say the $3.50 mark is important because when fuel prices pass that mark, prices tend to stay up for a period of time. Record-setting prices have left some drivers on Delmarva worried about gas prices this spring.
It's really hard to get to work and pay for it, and the higher it goes, with minimum wage being as low as it is, it's really hard for everyone.
Prices in Salisbury this week averaged out to $3.54. A year ago, gas prices averaged at $3.03 in Salisbury. A legendary singer is laid to rest. A look at the late Whitney Houston's journey home next to her father when WBSC News at 11 continues.